What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Malik. I just want to say thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I'm going to take a quick minute out of the video and say thank you for everybody that has subscribed so far. We're at 450 subscribers. The channel's growing really fast. You guys are all amazing for subscribing. And anybody that's returning that hasn't subscribed yet, because there's 75% of you guys that are watching my videos that has not subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. And hit that notification icon so you get updated when these type of videos get uploaded. There's a lot of new stuff coming up in the future. I'll give you some of the stuff that's coming up real quickly, a little bit of ideas. There's a Rhine loricaria red lizard catfish that has a male that's sitting on eggs in this tank. I have about 90 babies of Rhine loricaria lanceolata, or maybe 100 even, in a breeder box that's about 4.5 days old now. So you guys will see those coming up shortly. Not in this video, but in the upcoming videos. I'll make a video about all the things I learned keeping these guys. So that's coming up shortly. There's a lot of information because there's not a lot of information about them. And a lot of the information out there is incomplete or not accurate. So I'm going to give you guys all the things I've learned in the last 12 months keeping and breeding Rhine loricaria species. I have 2 separate types of Rhine loricaria, and everything that I've learned about them, and all my experiences. And so that's something that you guys should definitely be watching out for. That's coming out very shortly. As always, there's a lot of other stuff coming out as well. There's L199 eggs in one of the breeder boxes. One of the males, he has been sitting on them for about 4 days, so we're excited for those. Stay tuned for that update coming up shortly. Today's update's about the Danby dehumidifier, why you need one of these in your fish room. So we're going to get into that really soon. But thank you so much for everybody that has subscribed. I just want to say, guys and girls, please watch my videos till the end because it really helps me out. The algorithm only promotes videos that have at least 50% watch time. So the more of you guys watching my videos till the end, the better it is for me. So I'll try to make it as interesting as possible throughout the whole video, and I'll put a lot of information throughout it, and I'll give you something bonus at the end. So please watch till the end of the video. So without further ado, let's get into this video about the Danby dehumidifier that I have in this fish room, which I got on May 11th, 2019, and my personal thoughts about this particular brand, and also why you need to have a dehumidifier in your fish room. It's very important. You need to have one of these, okay? So let's get into the video. So the first thing I'm going to say is if you are going to have a fish room, or if you're going to even have more than 1 or 2 tanks in a room, you need to have a dehumidifier in your room. So why do I say that? Because these tanks evaporate quite a bit of water. Even if you have tops on, half of my tanks are covered and the other half has these tops on. In the winter time, my humidity is actually relatively low. In this house, it's about 21% humidity, or 20% humidity from about September till about end of April. That is because I have a central air running through the entire house, pushing hot air. So because of the hot air, the air gets very dry, and the humidity drops relatively low. So I don't need to have my dehumidifier on in the winter time. See, it's unplugged. But in the summertime, from May till September, end of September, when the AC is on and the heaters are not on, the humidity in here goes up to about 65-70%. With all the tanks I have in here, if I don't have a dehumidifier, the humidity will be unsafe for me to live in. Now, I'm not just saying that because it's just a magic number, 70%. At like above 50%, you can grow harmful pathogens like mold and mildew that can cause long-term lung damage. So if you are living in the house, or if it's in a part of your house, or even if it's an area that you are definitely going to be going in and out, you don't want mold or mildew in there. So you definitely want to keep your humidity below 50%. Ideally, below 45% is where I want to keep my humidity in the room in the winter time, just because I don't like it's also warm in here, so when it's humid, it gets unbearable. Because it's 85 degrees, I like to keep this room warm for the fish, so I don't really want to have humidity in here at all. So I'm very happy that I have a Danby dehumidifier. This is not a paid advertisement. Danby didn't give me any money or anything. I paid $207 on Amazon and bought this myself. But I'm very happy with this particular brand and with this particular dehumidifier. Now, do I think you should have a Danby dehumidifier? No. I think you should have a really good dehumidifier that has a very large uh, um, reservoir. I'm not happy about the reservoir size of my personal dehumidifier. It's only 30 liters or 30 quarts. Now, the one I had before had 70 quarts, which was much better capacity, and this one only can hold 30 liters. And this is a better unit, so it actually does suck up more water out of the air. So I do have to empty out my reservoir at least once or twice a day in the summertime. Now that's something I have to do with this particular unit, which I'm gonna upgrade to a larger unit eventually. But it's not something that's pressing to the point where I actually had to spend another $350 and buy a larger dehumidifier. So I just keep changing the water every single day. But I do keep my humidity in my room below 45%. Ideally, just because otherwise it just becomes unbearable in terms of the heat as well. In terms of safety factors, you do not want to have your humidity above 50%, because above 50-60% you are running, well, above 65% you're running the risk of growing black mold and powder mildew and other types of stuff. So that's something you definitely do not want in your house. If you actually see how clean my tanks are, my entire apartment's actually equally clean. I have relatively low levels of OCD. It's not to the level where I'm obsessively, compulsively cleaning doorknobs every second, but I do clean my floors every couple of days. I wash my hands several times a day. So all these things come to play when it comes to keeping my house clean. Now, even if you are not OCD, you definitely do not want to have mold or mildew, and you definitely don't want to find that type of stuff in your house. So definitely get a dehumidifier if you have more than one aquarium. And get something that's rated for the size of your room. Now this apartment is about 1,500 square feet. This room is about 600 square feet. It's the largest room in the apartment. And my dehumidifier is rated for 1,500 square feet. Now, do I need a dehumidifier that is rated for 1,500 square feet in a 600 square foot room? Definitely not. But it definitely helps because it does a really good job at keeping the humidity low. So that's my second recommendation, is to get a dehumidifier that's rated higher than the square footage of your room. Get something that's twice as big at least. So if you have a 2,000 square foot space, get a 4,000 square foot rated dehumidifier, and get something that has a large reservoir, unless you have a drain access. If you have a floor drain that you can plug your dehumidifier, drain your dehumidifier directly into, then definitely the reservoir size is not a consideration. But if you are in a situation like me or most people in apartments or houses, which they don't have a drain access to their fish room or a direct drain access, then you definitely want to have a large enough reservoir capacity. Now, after saying that, at what level do you want to keep your humidity? Below 50%. Do not let it go above 50%, and you want to have a humidity monitor. I'll show you mine, and also the humidity that my room is at, so you can get an idea. I'll put some B-roll footage of it. It's 21% humidity in here right now, about 20%. In the winter time, because of the heaters, my humidity stays at about 20%. So if I didn't have fish tanks, I would actually have a humidifier. So when I didn't have this many fish tanks, I used to have a humidifier. I do have it somewhere in the house. I don't know where it is right now, but I'm actually looking around to see if I can see it. But it is in the room. But as the amount of aquariums have increased over the last 10 years, the need for the humidifier has decreased in the winter. Now I live with the 20% humidity. It's not too much of a big deal. But in the summertime, definitely I do crank up the dehumidifier to bring the humidity down. So that's why I'm not too upset about the capacity of it. But if that wasn't a situation, I would definitely be upset about the capacity of my reservoir, and would be happier with a 70 liter or a 90 liter reservoir. That's all I can say about it. And I bought this unit on May 11th, 2019. or that's when it arrived, and I paid $207 and tax on Amazon and on Prime, so it got here the next day, and I was very happy with it since then, and it has worked for me all of 2019, so all of May 11th on until the September 30th ish, which is when I turned it off, because it didn't turn on anymore. When the heaters came on, it just wasn't making any more water for me. So I just unplugged it, and it hasn't been on since the end of September or whatever, and I'm gonna turn it on now. So that's the update I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching the video till the end. I'll put some B-roll footage of the fry at this point if you want to see them. So thank you so much. I love you all. I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe down below and hit that notification icon so you get updated when the fish room tour, as well as all the other videos I have planned, get uploaded. Thank you so much. God bless.